Back to the administrative questions of Nairobi County. Seth Olale is at City Hall. There's word of a second attempt to impeach the governor, Seth Olale. Is it still on course for this afternoon, or are we still having a setback?
Yes, they're talking about filing a notice of motion today, and this was expected to do that. Rumor has it that it's going to be the majority and the minority leaders of the National Assembly. That is unconfirmed, Mark. But this is according to a source that I just called, who is familiar with this particular issue. Remember that, Mark, as you stated earlier, of course, this is the second attempt. So the first one was brought in February. But what's important is that this is all about the budget stalemate. Remember that the Nairobi governor has not signed, or rather refused to sign, the Nairobi County government budget after about 27 billion was allocated to the Nairobi Metropolitan Services out of the initial 37.5 billion shillings. That meaning that the rest of the county services, which is now under the Nairobi governor, will only have about 8 billion shillings. So this is the bone of contention. But what we are meant to understand this afternoon, Mark, is that there is still not a consensus as to the way this particular motion will be filed and finally tabled after 7 days. That is, if it is being admitted this afternoon in the National Assembly, meaning that it has to undergo a 7 days wait before it is being tabled on the larger floor of the National Assembly. And this is if it goes on successfully today. And like I said, this comes barely a few weeks after various members of county assemblies held a meeting from both political divide, and part of the agenda we're meant to understand was the notice to impeach Governor Mike Sonko. However, some say that the main agenda for that particular meeting was about the Building Bridges initiative, where the legislators in the county assemblies were actually told to support this particular bid. But it remains to be seen how the events are going to be unfold this afternoon. We're also camping here outside the National Assembly just to see who in particular will be submitting that particular notice of motion to the clerk of the county assembly, I beg your pardon, which will now give way to a very dramatic start of an impeachment process after 7 days. So that is all we gathered this afternoon so far, but of course we are camping here just to see how these particular scenes will unfold in the upcoming minutes or hours or even days to come, Mark.
All right, it's a wait and see. Thank you, Seth Olale from the City Hall.